Dave McHugh for D3Sports.com here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia following the men's Division III Lacrosse championship game between Stevenson and RIT, a game that the Mustangs held on to win 16-14 in a game that was back and forth, full of runs, and really the tale of two kind of halves. Stevenson would start off in the very first few minutes of the game up 5-0 on 7 shots. They seemed to be able to score at will. Coach Jake Kuhn for RIT would call timeout, and it was a well-timed timeout and certainly worked to their benefit as they would then outscore Stevenson 13-3 in the next 2.5 quarters. They would crawl to within 9-6 at halftime before then exploding 7-1 in the third quarter, taking advantage of a lot of Stevenson penalties and a lot of extra man opportunities. While they may not have scored on most of them, they certainly were able to wear the Stevenson defense down and get plenty of looks inside at the goal. Stevenson would then flip the switch to start the fourth quarter, playing as if they had just started the game, resetting it all, scoring 4 straight to take the 1-goal lead. RIT would match that, but then Stevenson would respond and eventually winning 16-14 in a thrilling game that was also penalty-plagued. Stevenson had 11 penalties for 8.5 minutes, leading to 10 extra man opportunities for RIT, who capitalized on 4 of them. RIT coming in with one of the best ever extra man offenses that the game has ever seen. Were only able to convert on 4 of 10. Stevenson, in the meantime, had 6 man advantages and were able to score on 2 of them. The penalties for RIT listed at 4. For Stevenson, it came down at the end to penalties. They were down 2 on a 6-on-4 for RIT, and their goalie Pecunis came up with 2 or 3 huge saves in the last couple of minutes, especially the last 45 seconds of the game, to keep the game in the Mustangs' favor. Leading goal scorer for Stevenson, Mark Pannington with 5 goals. He was the most outstanding player for the tournament. Second on the team, Peter Green had a hat trick. Nick Rossi, Tyler Reed also contributed. Rossi with 1, Reed with 1, Camden with 1, Crow, Tompkins, Glenn Tompkins, Krista Shield, and Matt Tompkins with 1 goal each. For RIT, their leading scorer was Kyle Quinn, 7, tying a Division III Men's Lacrosse Championship game record with 7 goals. He was joined by Alistair Warren with 3, Eddie Kisa for 2, Jack Kirsten with 1, and Alex Selesky with 1 as well. By the way, Eddie Kisa also had 4 assists for a 6-point day. Both these teams certainly know each other well. This was a rematch of a late February game that Stevenson had their fourth quarter lead evaporate but won in overtime, and they will get to see each other next season. To start the season, it'll be RIT versus Stevenson in a rematch of the championship game here. For both of these programs, a major step forward. Stevenson finally getting over the Salisbury hump, getting to the national championship game and winning. Just the 3rd team from Maryland to get here and win a national championship, Washington College being the other. As for RIT, they get past Cortland to get here. They have a huge squad coming back, as does Stevenson, so the future of lacrosse doesn't include just Cortland and Dickinson, Gettysburg, Salisbury, and the like. It does include Stevenson, and it does include RIT. It'll be a thrilling offseason to see who develops and continues to get better as we get ready for the 2014 season. But in the meantime, congratulations to the Stevenson Mustangs, winners of their first ever national title, not only in men's lacrosse, but as a school entirely, and they will now carry the walnut and bronze back to Owings Mills, Maryland. This is Dave McHugh for D3Sports.com here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.